guys, it's Lanka here. So today I wanted to start talking about a few books that changed my life significantly in one way or the other, and I honestly think everyone can benefit tremendously from reading them. So instead of covering all of them all at once on a higher level, I decided to go a little bit deeper into each book, and hopefully I can give you more information for you to figure out whether there's something that's gonna change your life too. Also, I hope that even if you don't get to read the book, you can still learn some of the ideas this way. So let's get started. So today I wanted to talk about the first book. It's called Nonviolent Communication. So in my opinion, this is a must-read toolbook for any kind of communication, personal communication, professional, and the one that you have with yourself. So I read this book a couple years ago and I recently just reread it again. I've always had problems dealing with negative emotions, and I had a tendency to blame others when I'm triggered in any way. So I ended up blaming other people when I was really just trying to express my own feelings. And not surprisingly, these ended up being disasters. But I think reading this book really put me in the right direction to start communicating in a real constructive way that could lead to positive outcome. And also in general, becoming more calm and less susceptible to violent emotions when I'm in conflict with other people. So to quote the book, nonviolent communications guides us in reframing how we express ourselves and hear others. Instead of habitual, automatic reactions, our words become conscious responses based firmly on awareness of what we're perceiving, feeling, and wanting. When we're able to express with clarity and honesty, we will also be able to be really heard, and while simultaneously be able to pay others a respectful and empathetic attention. So the idea is not new. I mean, probably we would all agree, but just exactly how do we do it, right? How do we put ourselves in the right mindset? That's what this book will tell you about. There is one idea in the book that I wanted to use as a little preview and example here. The idea is this: our emotions are not caused by other people's actions. It is not the behavior of other people, but our own needs that cause our feelings. So to quote the book again, communication is life alienating when it clouds our awareness that we're each responsible for our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. So I'll give you an example from the book so that we can see how this idea actually applies in real life. Okay, so imagine if you've been waiting to meet your friend for dinner for 30 minutes and you're becoming really angry and frustrated because they're late, and you're about to send all these nasty texts to them, and you're thinking to yourself, I'm never ever gonna see them ever again. And then imagine if on your way to the restaurant you actually got a call from your boss, and your boss asks you to go back to the office immediately to finish some urgent work, and you know you just have to do it. And now, how would you feel? You may actually feel pleased and grateful for your friend's tardiness, right? You might think, oh my god, I'm so glad that they're late too. So as we can see in the first scenario, you have a need to be respected and appreciated of your time and commitment. But in the second scenario, you really just need to get back to the office and get the work done without being blamed by your friends. This just tells us how important it is to recognize our own needs and take responsibilities for our own emotions. Because only when we do this can we finally start to communicate in a more compassionate and honest way, which is really the only way to be heard. So in the first scenario, you can try saying something like, I feel very angry and upset because I needed to feel appreciated and respected of my time and commitment to you. Instead of saying things like, how could you do this to me? You are so unreliable. You're a terrible person. I'm never gonna see you again. So guaranteed, if you say this, they're not gonna hear you. All they hear is blame and criticism, and this will soon turn into an argument. So if you reflect on your life, I'm sure you can find moments like this. Most of us make the same mistakes over and over again. Well, until you read this book. When you tell them your needs in a very clear and calm way, they would be able to connect with you. They will be able to connect with that need, because we're all humans and we all share the same set of fundamental needs. Plus, they're not getting blamed or criticized for what they did, then they will be able to really hear you and actually start to change their behavior voluntarily. So this is just one idea that registered with me a lot in the book, because I was definitely the person in the first scenario who would just freak out and blame the other person for what they did to me. It just never occurred to me that it was not really what they did, but my own needs that caused my emotions. So there are so many other ideas in the book that help you to make requests, express yourself fully, resolve conflicts, give feedback, etc. It will really help you to improve your relationships with your friends, your co-workers, your parents, or your children, and just anyone. I think the problem around communication is just so universal that every one of us should read this book. Actually, I think we all should put this book on our nightstand and just revisit it every now and then. I think it will really help you communicate better and just change your life in a significant way. So that's all I have today for this book, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you find this helpful, and next time I'll be talking about a different life-changing book. See you then. Bye!